ladies and gentlemen. We are going to learn how to stuff our ugly doll. What you should have done is started in one spot and stitched all the way around your ugly doll so that everything is sealed up except for a couple of inches. And it can be anywhere. It's helpful to do it on a spot where you can reach every part of your ugly doll. Now, when you start stuffing, I was fortunate enough to still have some string left, enough to stitch it up. So I don't have a knot formed or an end here. So I don't have to create a new string after I'm done. I'm just going to finish sewing it up. But when you stuff your stuffed animal, you're going to start with the farthest part that's away first. You don't want to stuff up here because then you won't be able to get down to the bottom. When you stuff, you want to start at the farthest part away with the skinniest appendages first, which is my feet and my hands, and then we'll do the middle, and then we'll do the ears, and then we'll do the head. So we want to work our way out, away, and in towards our hole, and our hole will be sealed up in the very end. You'll need a bunch of this fluff that I have bags of, and we're going to take this and kind of fluff it up and put it in. I'm going to put it in little bits at a time. You can kind of get some stuffed in there to start off with.
Walkers may exit the building. Walkers, thank you.
You'll need a pencil of some kind or marker, something really small, skinny, and slick like a marker or a pencil. A crayon will not work because it's got paper on it. But you're going to take your pencil and you're going to shove the stuffing that you just put in into the leg. So I'm pushing down here into the leg of my doll. And you're going to have to kind of feel around with your pencil and your fingers until you get it stuffed. That leg is completely stuffed. All of that stuffing that I just put in there, it looked like a lot, but it ended up being not very much at all. So I'm going to do my other leg. If you end up ruining some of your stitching, like I'm pulling mine apart up here right now, that's okay. We can restitch it later. As long as most of your stitching is staying intact, you're good to go. I'm going to take and push this into the leg with my finger, and then I'll stick my pencil in to get it in the rest of the way. Now both my legs are stuffed. Well, this one's a little bit flimsy. You can see I didn't get it quite all the way down there. You want to make sure that you get it in there now, because once he starts getting stuffed in other places, you won't be able to get to these places that are really far away very easily. Okay, now my legs are fully stuffed. Now I'm going to do my arms, and then I'll do the body. I don't need as much for the arms because they're not as big. So I'm going to take and stuff that in there. There we go. And this in here. Be careful not to push through your stuffing or your stitches. I almost just did that, and I would have poked a hole through my stitching. He doesn't quite have any in his hand. Keep stuffing until I get it all the way down in there. Okay, now his hands are full and his feet are full. Now I can kind of shove a bunch in there for his tummy. I'm getting more from the bag because I ran out of all the stuffing that I had before. It really goes fast. You think you have enough and you really don't. So now his body is nice and stuffed. Now I need to do his ears and his head. Okay, now he is completely stuffed. I didn't get any in the ears. I'm going to go back through and stuff some of the stuffing into his ears a little bit. Oh, I should have done the other one first. Okay, there, now his ears are stuffed. Now I can take my string and I can seal him up. Continuing on with my loop stitch. You gotta hold it closed as you are sewing. If you get some of the fluff in your way, you might have to cut it off or trim it off when you're all finished. I got a knot. Okay, well, you get the idea. You finish it, and he will be a ugly doll.